Well, after all, it is our focus this February to look at love and activating our love. And we started last week with talking about activating love of self. And now we're moving today towards talking about activating love of others. But before we move too quickly and go ahead with loving other people, I just want to go back and review some points about self-love because, it has everything to do with how we love other people, how we love ourselves. And one of the most important points to review is that self-love is an inside affair. I mean, in other words, it is something that grows as a result of the choices we make, the actions we commit, the decisions we process about ourselves. And although people can help us, they can open the door for us, they can encourage us, in the end, self-love is the badge we have to make for ourselves. It takes place inside as a result of the way you and I think about ourselves, as a result of the way you and I treat ourselves, as a result of the way you and I speak about ourselves, not only openly to other people, but in our own minds about ourselves. It's an inside job. And I was thinking, humorously, maybe you've noticed this also, how your actions related to yourself and your words related to yourself, they actually set the stage for how other people will treat you. You're training them. I was thinking of a humorous example of a friend that I had from long, long time ago who has me stuck in the time when he first met me. And the way it shows up is that he treats me like I trained him to, still now. And that shows up, then he gives gifts. When he gives gifts, I notice he tends to give better quality gifts to other people than he does to me. And it's not because he loves me any less, it's that I trained him because of how I talked and how I treated myself and how I treated the things in my world. I noticed that, so it was a reminder with my actions and my words, I'm setting the standard. So really there's a choice to shift that. I can shift that inside, And last week we looked at several strategies, areas to look at where we can make these choices, taking a little more time, placing ourselves in a situation where inspiration is available to us, exercising some discipline around habits that show self-love rather than anything else, and then creating balance as well. And we talked about the freedom that we have to activate these things or not. You don't have to show self-love if you don't want to. It's an option, and every day we can decide to do something, a little something to activate self-love. In fact, our whole life is one endless series of decisions and choices, on and on and on. And as I have become aware of this, it's done something wonderful for me because it's helped me realize how tremendously free I am to take responsibility for my decisions. And my word, that by itself is a powerful way to activate love for other people. You know what I mean? By you and I becoming more responsible. By giving our time and attention to the choices and decisions we make and not saying they're on automatic. And then allowing that to bring out more of our natural goodness because, oh my word, that really is a wonderful way to love the world. By you and I becoming better human beings than we were a moment ago. A beneficial presence in our family and among our friends, Because I look at my life. And as I look at my life, I see every single moment there is an opportunity for me to be better. All the time. I just have to look out around me and get examples of ways from people I admire. And I've made that my assignment to look at the people that I admire and identify the qualities in them that I admire so much and then make that my assignment to become that quality. Every day there's an opportunity. And it's still inward work. It's still about me and self-love, but I'm noticing how much my growth is being appreciated by my friends and family. Because in a way, it's making it easier for them to love me. And it's making it easier for me to love them, So looking in and loving self as a way of beginning to broaden our view and incorporating others. We're doing that this week. We're turning our attention to them, activating love for them. Who is them? Well, the entire world. And as we open our gaze to that, to take in the entire world, it becomes, well, really big. And for some a little overwhelming, especially as you begin to notice just how much need there is out there, just how much suffering there is out there, just how many problems there are in our human families, and just how disastrous this absence of human rights is in our world, And so I can see how sometimes a nation or an individual will, sink into a kind of personal focus and isolation as a way of not being overwhelmed by all of it, And then deal only with personal needs, or even worse, kind of stop noticing that there is a world out there. I mean, you can tell when a nation has done this, by looking at their advertising and entertainment and TV, I mean, if you look at our advertising and entertainment and TV, you can see it's all focused on, what I want, what I need, what I look like. What world? But it's okay, because you know what? If you begin to activate love in your life, love is a very curious thing. You begin to make space for love in your life, it will not leave you alone until it opens you up and expands you enough so that you have to walk right up to the thing that you think you can't handle, because it knows that that's where the cutting edge of your learning is. So a wise teacher once said, if loving the entire world seems too much for a person to handle, then at least begin with the people in your life right now. I mean, start right there with your family, your co-workers, your neighborhood, because probably there's already a basis of familiarity at least, and maybe even some love, and there's probably plenty of all those personal, interpersonal, quirky relationship personality things that make being human so interesting available right there for you. So the idea, loving others, is start right here. Practice right here at home, and then let love expand you and open you to find out how you might operate in a larger playing field. So here's some ideas about practicing loving others. You know why I started with including? Because don't you know, when I want to practice loving others, I only want to do that with the people I like. You too? But don't you know that, well, take my family, for example. There are family members that I just want to get away from. I mean, maybe that's why I moved to another continent. But do you know